Hello, and welcome back to Ask a Theorist.
Or two.
Murph J4 has asked about augmented 6 chords.
Augmented.
It seems something happened to our original videotape, and the material is not quite available like we'd like it to be.
Yeah, we apologize for that.
So here are the rules. We're going to talk about augmented 6 chords in less than 2 minutes. We're going to explain everything about them. And all illustrations have to be given in the key of C.
Alright, so here's the fact. Augmented 6 chords, they're just color. They're just chromatic. They don't really count.
Not true. Beethoven's Fifth, the half cadence. Clearly German. Beethoven's German.
Yeah,
German sixth.
Clearly the A is descending to A flat and the F is going up to F sharp, which is then leading to the 5 chord. Really, it's just chromaticism.
In Chopin's C minor prelude, consequent phrase, third chord, French chord.
No, more like chromatic double neighbors. A flat, F sharp, G. Really, that's more accurate, I'd say.
Wonderful Grace of Jesus, Haldor Lilienus. He used a German chord in the antepenultimate.
Wasn't he from Norway?
Okay, yes, but we could at least call it a Northern European chord.
Alright, but isn't that the same type of chord as the beginning where it goes, Wonderful Grace of Jesus?
Except that there's an A flat in the bass.
A flat, it's just the bass descending. It's just a walk down bass.
How would you explain an A flat 7 chord in It Don't Mean a Thing if it ain't got that swing? The turnaround every time, just before the G7, you got an A flat 7. It's a German 6 chord.
Couldn't you simply call that chord a 5/7 of Neapolitan? Or perhaps a Neapolitan of 5. Perhaps a Neapolitan of the dominant, because it does go to a G. Wouldn't it be more accurate to call it because it has a G flat and not an F sharp? That's not really an augmented 6th, is it? It sounds just like a typical dominant 7 chord and an augmented 6th. What is that anyhow? Does that really exist?
It sure isn't a minor 7th. It would have to have started as a 7 of 5 or something, because you can't just have sharp 4s. Well, let's move on to another question. Zero Zaz. Mind if I call you Mr. Zaz?
You mind if I call you Zero?
Said, watched all your videos, loved them. Thank you for that comment. We appreciate that.
That's a good. This was an enlightening question as well.
There was a question after that, but I just wanted to stay with the first statement. Here's my question.
Positive.
Talking about 8-bar phrases and structuring songs, you know, you can go to the minor, but are there other interesting things to do as a composer? Yes, Zero. Mr. Zaz. There are many things you can do. You know, the art of composition, I think, could fairly be said it's the art of form. Most anyone can come up with a nice riff or a nice first thought, but it's a question of where do you go after that?
What do you do with that thought?
If it were almost any classical composer, what they would do is come up with idea A and then go to the dominant. You go to 5. You use the same basic idea, perhaps, but you started in the dominant after a half cadence.
Maybe an A phrase and then a B phrase based on that same first phrase, but you're going to throw in a secondary dominant and then cadence at a 5.
Here's another concept. In any symphony, you have your first theme, your principal primary theme, and then you have a secondary theme. The secondary theme is usually what you might call a feminine theme as opposed to the first theme. So you've got this strong masculine, and then your second theme goes.
Though in these days we like to call those strong themes and weak themes.
In any case, a contrasting theme, whatever your style is. So even if you're in the same key, if you have a different thought. Now when we're talking in song form, that's a pretty easy thing. You know, we think of the verse, and then you're going to have the chorus is going to be the stronger concept, and then a bridge is going to go a whole different. Here's one more concept, and that is that you could elide the phrase or extend the phrase when you get to the cadence. That you set up what you would expect to be the end of the thing, and the next phrase came a little early, it came a little late. Thank you for asking these fine questions to Ask a Theorist.
Or two.